Disclaimer: this story is a work of fiction. Any resemblance to actual events or individuals is coincidental. The characters, places, and events depicted are products of the author's imagination. Viewers' discretion is advised.
Xantho, horror stories, they're the best. Chilling your bones, passing the test. Fear in your heart, sweat on your skin. Xantho short horror stories standing within.
Hello there. This story is called Massei's Mouse. The tunnels beneath New York City's streets were always dark and foreboding, but tonight they seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy. The sewer rats, once scavengers of discarded food and waste, had begun to change. A mysterious virus, born from the fetid waters and decaying matter, had infected the rodent population. At first it was subtle. The rats became more aggressive, territorial, and hungry. But as the days passed, their behavior became more erratic. They attacked each other, and even their own kin, with ferocity. Their eyes took on a milky white hue, and their fur stood on end as they moved with twitchy, unnatural gaits. The first reported incident occurred in a lower Manhattan tunnel. A maintenance worker, checking the pipes for clogs, stumbled upon a group of rats feasting on a dead colleague. The worker fled, but not before one of the rats bit him on the hand. He didn't survive the night. As the virus spread, the rats became zombie-like creatures, driven solely by hunger and a primal urge to attack. They swarmed through the tunnels, overwhelming the city's sanitation workers and pest control teams. Dr. Massei, a renowned virologist and wife of New York City's corrupt mayor, was called in to investigate the outbreak. She was brilliant, but her obsession with the virus bordered on madness. As she studied the infected rats, she became increasingly fascinated by their newfound ferocity and resilience. Dr. Massei's marriage to the mayor was troubled. He cheated on her repeatedly, and she knew that her work was the only thing that brought her solace. She was convinced that the virus held the key to unlocking new forms of human evolution. Her colleagues grew uneasy, sensing something was wrong. But Dr. Massei wouldn't be swayed. One rainy night, the rats emerged from the sewers, pouring onto the streets like a dark, furry tide. They poured into subway tunnels, biting and clawing at commuters. The city descended into chaos as the rats, now a seemingly endless horde, overran everything in their path. The mayor, caught in one of his many affairs, was among the first to fall. He was dragged screaming into the darkness, his body later found ravaged beyond recognition. Dr. Massei's eyes gleamed with a mixture of sadness and madness as she gazed upon his corpse. She knew that she had created the monsters that killed him, but a part of her felt a twisted sense of justice. Among the chaos, a lone figure emerged. Jonas Jones, a former army medic, had been trapped in the city when the outbreak occurred. He had lost his family in the initial attack, and was driven by a desire for revenge against the creatures that took them from him. Jonas navigated the city's underground tunnels, armed with a makeshift flamethrower and a determination to survive. He encountered small groups of survivors, but they were always short-lived. The rats were relentless, and Dr. Massei's twisted experiments only made them more formidable. As Jonas fought his way through the tunnels, he stumbled upon Dr. Massei's lab. He was met with a sight that made his blood run cold. Dr. Massei stood amidst a sea of infected rats, her eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. She had infected herself with a mutated strain of the virus, and her transformation was almost complete. "You'll make a fine addition to my army," Dr. Massei hissed, her voice barely human. Jonas knew he had to stop her. With a fierce determination, he charged forward, flamethrower blazing. The rats swarmed, but Jonas fought his way through, determined to reach Dr. Massei. In the end, it was a battle of wills. Jonas managed to overpower Dr. Massei, but not before she revealed the true horror of her plan. The virus wasn't just a random mutation. It was a key to unlocking a new era of human evolution, with Dr. Massei as its queen. As Jonas stood victorious, he knew the city would never be the same. The rats would always be there, lurking in the shadows, waiting for their next chance to strike. And Dr. Massei's legacy would live on, a cautionary tale of the dangers of playing God with nature. With a heavy heart, Jonas set out to rebuild the city, knowing that the darkness that lurked beneath would always be a threat. He vowed to never forget the lessons he learned in those tunnels, and to always be prepared for the horrors that might emerge from the shadows.
Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy. If you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and share for more videos.